Swindon's playoff semi-final against Charlton has gone to a penalty shootout tonight. The teams were level on aggregate after a thrilling second leg. David Passmore is live for us now at the Valley. Hello, David.
It really has been a night of high drama and excitement. It started slowly and then the game exploded into life. Charlton overturned Swindon's 1-0 lead from the first leg. They then went in ahead themselves. Swindon dragged it back. It went into extra time and then to the dreaded penalty shootout, which is underway now. Alistair Durden has the story of the night so far.
It was a disastrous first half for Swindon. First they lost goalkeeper David Lucas to injury within a minute of the kick-off. Then his replacement Phil Smith failed to get near this Charlton corner and Swindon's Simon Ferry put the ball in his own net. With the scores now level on aggregate, Charlton went on the charge, their second goal coming just before the break from Dave Mooney. Swindon needed to get stuck in, but not quite like this. Captain Gordon Greer got a straight red card. But far from signalling the end, it sparked a comeback. John Paul McGovern's run allowing Danny Ward to sneak in. Charlie Austin threatened to win the game inside 90 minutes. Miguel Llera was shown a red card for pulling him back. Extra time, Danny Wilson tried to find that little bit extra from his tired bodies and minds. Keeper Smith may have been at fault earlier, but this save kept Swindon in the semi-final. Whilst at the other end, Danny Ward was a whisker wide from winning it. The Swindon supporters now braced for the most nervous of finales.
Oh, it is really agonising stuff, this. Swindon have a slight advantage. They're 2-2 on penalties and they have a penalty in hand, which is just taken now, and Swindon score it. So Swindon could be on their way to Wembley. Back to you.
Bailey making a run towards the near post. And the goalkeeper's missed it. He says he's fouled. But it's gone in for an own goal, I think.
I'm not sure, he's just backing in a little bit, isn't he? Not a great deal. You expect the keeper to do better, be stronger. Totally misses it. And he hooks it with his right foot. If he'd have gone with his left, he clears it.
Well, the half coming to its close with Charlton in confident vein. Reid, past Derby. Picks out Mooney. Charlton are ahead on aggregate with their second goal of the night.
There, Derby misses the challenge. Good awareness here, pitch him out, and that's still a lot to do for Mooney. Reid does exceptionally well, it's slightly behind him, doesn't try and smash it, just guides it, look, and doesn't he guide it well?
Greer. Ferry. No pressure on Derby. Oh, except that he put on himself. Greer. Austin going for it. Austin! And Randolph smothered it, and it's a corner.
Oh, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Gordon Greer. Well, that could be curtains for Swindon.
There's the ball headed. Dion Burton going for it legally. Look at that. And he's gone straight through him. What is he thinking? He can argue all he likes. Look at that. That is ridiculous. He's gone through, he's meant it, and he deserves to go off.
Oh, O'Brien! Mooney! Smith came across.
What was he thinking there? But look at this for a save. Gets across quickly, just throws himself. Look how out of position he is there. Gets across, just stays on his feet, makes himself big. Terrific save.
McGovern seeing a bit of space. As Charlton were overcommitted on the counter-attack themselves. And McGovern, is he taken down here? The ball's in the net from Ward. It's a goal for Swindon from Danny Ward. The 10 men have pulled it back level on aggregate.
What a run this misses. You look where he picks his ball up from. In his own half. Sees that space in front. Right, I'm going in net. I'm going to be positive. I'm going to make something happen. He does make something happen. And there's the easy tapping, but it was all made by McGovern's run.
There's Ward back helping the defensive side of Swindon. Austin with a go here against Llera, who's brought him down. Now, what colour's the card going to send him off?
That's crude. It's a massive foul. There, it's all about Daly's position. Does he come through and cut that off?
Here's Burt. Wagstaff to hit it. Hit it well.
What a strike this is, by the way.
For Borrowdale to cross it straight away. Spurn that. Put it in. Goes out here to Richardson. A thrilling strike in a thrilling football match. For McGovern. Possibilities here for Swindon. Ward is onside. It's on his good left foot. Not quite good enough. But they worked it well. He held his position. Charlton were trying to step out. We go to penalties to decide the Wembley place. The top scorer took the first one. The second highest scorer takes the second for Charlton. Their skipper, Nicky Bailey. Oh, it's wide and well wide. Stephen Darby. One clean strike of the ball away from Wembley for Swindon. On loan from Liverpool. He scores! Swindon will go to Wembley.
Swindon won 2-1 in a pulsating first leg at the county ground on Friday. It's a terrific atmosphere at the Valley. One of these sides just 90 minutes away from the League One playoff final. Barry Borrowdale will take the throw for Charlton. And it'll just be claimed by Lucas. Now he might have picked up a shoulder injury here, the Swindon Town goalkeeper. And that looks very painful indeed. So Lucas has to go off injured, and on comes Phil Smith in his place. Burton just getting away from Derby. Support from Kyle Reid, who just loses his footing but manages to recover well. Reid with the shot, pushed away to safety by Smith, and Jean-Francois helps it on its way. Borrowdale with it. Smith flapped at it, and it's gone in! Charlton Athletic lead on the night, and they are back on level terms on aggregate. It's an own goal by Ferry. Smith couldn't reach it, and it was turned into his own net by Ferry. Calamity for Swindon, delight for Charlton. Borrowdale forward, and will look for the return pass as well, and gets it from Kyle Reid, and returns the favour. Reid has broken clear here now, able to pull it back. It's a wonderful goal for Charlton Athletic. David Mooney makes it 2-0 at the Valley. Terrific build-up on this near side. Borrowdale and Reid. Reid just shrugging off the attentions there of Derby, and it was a lovely ball back straight into the path of David Mooney. It's McGovern. Sam was beaten to it. Painter's header. Neatly worked move by Swindon. Painter just getting there ahead of Richardson. No problems for Randolph though. Ferry. McGovern's calling for it on that far side. Derby was closed down and dispossessed. Swindon have it back there with Greer. Delicate little lob over the top. It's towards Charlie Austin. Randolph with the save. The best chance of the match for Swindon Town. Douglas. Greer with the high hanging ball. What's a terrific run through. Austin with the shot, but he was offside. And had Austin left that for Ferry, then Ferry would not have been offside. Burton. Oh, that's a high foot. Could be a yellow card. Greer.
It's a red card! Gordon Greer is dismissed! And the night has just got an awful lot worse for Swindon. Oh, a disastrous header! Wonderful save from Smith, though. And what was O'Brien thinking? Mooney denied by the quick reactions of Smith. McGovern racing forward, John Paul McGovern. It's a determined run. Did he lose his footing? He probably did. Oh, it's been turned in! Danny Ward! McGovern with the run forward. He loses his footing there. Everybody seemed to stop. It's a goal for Swindon. The all-important goal for Swindon. Is there a moment to take a team to Wembley? Is that a foul? Could this be a second yellow card? Llera pulling back Austin. It is! Llera's off. We're level at 3-3 overall, and we are level now at 10 men apiece. Borodan able to recover his footing. Richardson off the outside of the post. The ball fell nicely there for Fraser Richardson, and he struck it superbly. Picked up by McGovern. It's John Paul McGovern for Swindon. Flag stays down, and it's just put wide. Danny Ward. Scott Wagstaff faced by Derby. Able to pull the ball back as well. Burton! We are heading to penalties. The captain up against Smith. And Bailey's put it wide! Strikes it firm, strikes it hard, strikes it off target. If Swindon score this penalty kick, they are through to the Wembley final. Swindon are going to Wembley! Stephen Derby with the winning penalty, and Swindon Town go through to the League One playoff final.
This was Swindon's winning moment. Stephen Derby's penalty sending the players and supporters into raptures.
It's brilliant, absolutely fantastic all the time watching Swindon. Oh, fantastic.
Wembley, unbeaten record, we're going to go up. No doubt, no doubt.
Job done. Swindon are going up again! Yes!
The night hadn't started well for Swindon. After losing their goalkeeper to a first-minute injury, they fell 2-0 down. But Danny Ward's second-half goal brought the tie level again. It went to penalties. Charlton missed one of theirs, but Swindon kept their cool, and they'll go to the final.
We're where we are on merit. I don't think anybody can take that away from us. We're not lucky. Maybe we are with the penalties, but I think getting to this position, we're not lucky. You know, we've proved that we're a very resilient side.
They've never lost at Wembley, and if that run continues, they'll be playing in the Championship next season. Alistair Durden, BBC Points West.
After slogging it out for 210 minutes over two legs, a playoff final place boiled down to the dreaded penalty shootout.
One clean strike of the ball away from Wembley for Swindon.
They had been here before a few years ago, but now they successfully laid the ghosts of that spot kick heartache.
Swindon will go to Wembley.
It's the cruelest way to lose, but the best way to win.
They've come back from the dead at the Valley tonight. Make no mistake about that.
The evening had started in sombre contrast as 3,000 Swindon fans crossed their fingers and hoped. But they were dealt a blow in the opening minute when goalkeeper David Lucas left the field injured. His replacement was partly at fault when Swindon conceded the opening goal. He flapped at a corner and Simon Ferry hooked the ball into his own net in blind panic. With the score now level, Charlton were lifted and they took an aggregate 3-2 lead right on the stroke of half-time. Charlie Austin came agonisingly close to levelling and was only denied by a fine save. And Swindon's task became even harder when their captain Gordon Greer was sent off for a dangerous high challenge. But they still managed to score that all-important goal. Danny Ward nipped in to touch the ball home from a deflected shot. Then the numbers were evened up with another red card before a frenetic period of extra time which produced no breakthrough for either side. And in the Russian roulette shootout, Charlton choked first to hand Swindon the prize.
Can't believe it. I just said to the boys, played against New Milton at the first game of the season. We won 1-0. And now the last game of the season, 29th of May, we're going to Wembley. Couldn't believe it.
So you're playing in front of what, maybe a couple of hundred people?
A couple of hundred people, and now we're going to the home of English football.
Well, the odds were getting stacked against us as every minute went by. But I tell you what, the lads, you know, they never let it get to them. They really believe in each other, and bumper, they've come out with a great result.
And at the ground today, the phones have been red hot with requests for Wembley final tickets.
We've got just under 37,000 tickets, so plenty of tickets hopefully, and I should imagine the town will be very quiet that day because hopefully they'll all get taken up and we'll all go to Wembley.
Swindon have won at Wembley on all 3 of their previous visits, and they remain the only club in England never to have lost there. A week on Saturday, they'll try and keep that record intact, and if they can add to their silverware collection, then they'll be playing Championship football here next season. Matthias Kurt at the County Ground in Swindon for the West Country Tonight.
Well, in a moment, we'll get the views of two-time playoff winner Paul Bodin on their chances. But first, let's look back on last night's dramatic semi-final. They couldn't contain their joy or their relief. It started badly for Swindon. 30 seconds into the game, keeper David Lucas had to go off injured. And his replacement, Phil Smith, misjudged this Charlton corner, and Simon Ferry could only help the ball into his own net. Charlton charged forward. They were 2-0 in front before half-time.
Shot coming in! Charlton have a second!
But despite being down to 10 men after having captain Gordon Greer sent off, Swindon didn't give up hope.
Danny Ward coming in! Danny Ward has scored for the town!
But that was the end of the scoring. Extra time unable to separate the sides. And so Danny Wilson prepared his players for the nerve-wracking drama of a penalty shootout. Charlton missed one of theirs.
Blast it over the bar!
But Swindon's 5 were faultless. The winning kick left to a brave 21-year-old defender.
Here comes Stephen Darby. Stephen Darby has put Swindon on Wembley! Swindon are on Wembley, they've won the penalty shootout!
Some of us had cramp, the rest of us couldn't be bothered running, so it was trying to make a pack on who was going to do what. Darbs showed great courage, went up, scored a goal, he's only a young lad himself, so you know, it's everyone's absolutely buzzing in the dressing room.
I was just stood there for a couple of minutes thinking, that's it, we'll go to Wembley. It just the feeling was amazing.
Swindon have never lost at Wembley Stadium. If that record is maintained in 11 days' time, they'll be playing in the Championship next season. Great stuff. Paul, incredible effort last night. Will they have anything left for the final?
Yes, they've got plenty of time to recover, to be fair, but it was a massive effort. I mean, to go into extra time, 2-0 down at half-time, it looked like the writing was on the wall, but fair play to them. They're a great group of players. We've had a great season, and whatever happens at Wembley, it has been a fantastic achievement. This time last year, we'd only just staved off relegation.
Now, 1993, the ultimate pressure kit. You scored a penalty to get Swindon into the Premier League. They don't come much bigger than that. So how impressed were you with how cool they kept their heads last night?
Well, they were fantastic. I mean, 5 out of 5, it was tremendous. They all showed great composure. They all looked very relaxed as they were taking the penalties. And as you said earlier, you know, Stephen Darby, 21 years of age, scores the crucial one at the end. But it's not a nice way to lose it. But certainly from our perspective, we're absolutely delighted and going on to Wembley. Fantastic.
So how good does this moment feel?
It feels great. You know, the job's only half done so far. We've got to Wembley, and now we've got to take the next step and win on the hallowed turf.
12 months ago, battling relegation, so you still work for the club. What's turned things around?
Well, Danny's a great manager, first and foremost. He's very calm. There's always a calmness around the dressing room, whether you win or lose. He's got a great air about him. He trusts the players, and to be fair, he's got his own players in throughout the close season last year, and there's been a continual development throughout the squad.
That promotion back in '93, the second you were involved in, we could see what it meant to the town back then. Amazing celebrations we're seeing pictures of now. How big would it be this time for Swindon?
Well, it's not obviously to the Premier League, but it's to the Championship. And nowadays, the Championship is just like the second tier of the Premiership. So there's some great teams in there. It'll obviously bring a huge amount of money to the town. Great profile for the club again. And I think it's probably where we deserve Championship football.
Just very briefly, who do they want, Huddersfield or Millwall?
I think Huddersfield would be the ideal choice, but both games are both winnable.
Great. Thanks very much for coming in, Paul. Best of luck in the final. We'll find out later tonight who it is going to be against Swindon, and we'll let you know in our 10 o'clock bulletin.
Swindon are through to the League One playoff final after knocking out Charlton on penalties at the Valley. Charlton were going through at half-time after taking a 2-0 lead on the night. But Danny Ward's goal for Swindon took the tie to extra time. And with the teams level at 3-3 on aggregate, it went to penalties. Charlton captain Nicky Bailey missed a crucial penalty as Swindon won it 5-4 on penalties. Swindon goalkeeper David Lucas injured his shoulder just minutes into the game and had to be replaced by Phil Smith. Charlton levelled a tie. In the 27th minute, Gary Borrowdale's corner wasn't claimed by Smith, and Simon Ferry, who's on loan from Celtic, hooked the ball into his own net. Due to the injuries to Lucas, there were 5 minutes of stoppage time, and Charlton used them to score a second goal. Carl Reid set up Dave Mooney, and that gave Charlton a 3-2 aggregate lead. And midway through the second half, things looking even better for Charlton, when Swindon were reduced to 10 men, captain Gordon Greer sent off. High-footed challenge on Dion Burton, and Swindon down to 10 men. Despite being a man down, they still managed to level the match with a quarter of an hour to go. Danny Ward scoring for the third time in 3 games. That made it 2-1 on the night and 3-3 on aggregate. And then in stoppage time, Charlton also had a player sent off. Miguel Llera red-carded for pulling down Charlie Austin. The match then went to extra time. And with neither Phil Parkinson or Danny Wilson's team able to score in the additional 30 minutes, it went to penalties. Charlton captain Nicky Bailey took Charlton's second penalty and missed. Every other penalty scored, so it was left to Stephen Darby to score the winning spot kick and take Swindon through to the final.
Absolutely delighted, of course we do. That was a real committed performance from the boys. I think, after the sending off, it showed the character that they've shown all season, and to get a goal, in that period as well, that was a great bonus for us. But I thought overall, I think there was nip and tuck for both sides, wasn't it? We had a little bit of play there. There was 2 good sides, very committed out there, and unfortunately going out as you do with penalties, it's not always fair in one respect, but you have to end it somewhere. But thankfully we're the recipients of it tonight.
Well, it's the cruelest way to go out, everybody knows that, but I have to say that these players have brought the pride back into Charlton Football Club this season. It's a club which has the heart kicked out it over the 18 months prior to this, but the way the group of lads have played tonight is symptomatic of the way they've played all season, and we could not have asked any more from them. To go out on pens is cruel. The lads are just speechless in the dressing room, but I've just said to them they want to be proud of their achievements this season, because when the big games have come, they've risen and produced a performance like they did tonight. And 1 or 2 mistakes, of course, we can talk about that, but I thought the effort and the pride they showed tonight in wearing that Charlton shirt was absolutely top class. It's
a fantastic privilege to be part of these boys. They never give up, and I think you've seen tonight, the character they've shown all season. They deserve to be where they are. So we'll have a good day. Whether wherever we play, I'm not really interested at this moment in time. We're just going to celebrate with the boys, and they deserve it.
Coming up, people are saying that you're nervous. I've got nothing to be nervous for, really. Just going to go and enjoy it. And then I come out, couldn't find my shin pads. I come out, and then all of a sudden, Dave's on the floor. So it's unbelievable how it's turned out. And just happy for all these people there who worked so hard all year, all the supporters and that. It's just unbelievable.
Danny, an extraordinary game to watch. What was it like to play in?
Yeah, obviously we didn't get off to the best of starts, but thought we came out second half and we were brilliant. We passed it how we could do, and obviously we got the important goal.
When your captain got sent off, what were you thinking? Did you think it might be my responsibility to go and get us back into this?
You just got to take your chances, really. Someone gets sent off, just got to work that a bit harder. And I thought the team did great. We worked like 110% all the way through. It's just brilliant.